about them. The first thing I wanted to cover was the side effects that inhalants can have on your body, not only short-term but long-term. Short-term effects can include dizziness, lack of coordination, slurred speech, and a feeling of high. And then the long-term effects can include liver and brain damage, hearing loss, and even bone marrow damage. Inhalants, they are ingested by breathing the chemicals in through your nose or mouth. This would include things such as snorting or sniffing from containers, like whipped cream containers, and huffing inhalants from a soaked rag over your mouth as well. I actually have a picture here. These are household products that are found that are used as inhalants. They include whipped cream cans, lighter fluid, WD-40, glue, markers, anything like that are what people typically use. It's a lot of household products. There's different street names for them. That would be the nitrate inhalants, which would be like the whipped cream cans. They're known as whippets, poppers, or rush snappers in air. And then the gases are known as laughing gas as well. The most common group of people that are known to use inhalants are from the age of 12 to 17. This is because they are household products, easily to access, and they can be bought at the grocery store by them as well. 1 in 4 students will have used inhalants by the time they reach 8th grade, and research shows that females are a little bit more likely to use them than males. It is highly abused among the poor and disadvantaged populations. A misconception about them is that the inhalants don't cause any damage to the body, which, as I mentioned earlier, is untrue. That it can cause hearing loss and damage to your brain and lungs and kidneys as well. So it's definitely something to watch out for your children, and to look for any signs laying around the house. Those signs might include the soaked rags with chemicals on them, or empty whipped cream canisters, or anything like that. There's another picture of the whipped cream cans. As I mentioned, most inhalants are household items: paint cans, glue, shoe polish, anything like that. Nitrous oxide, which is what is found in the whipped cream canisters, can be potentially dangerous if not handled properly. So with those, for disposing of them, the others that are household items you would throw away, but with things that have the nitrous oxide, it's best if you can take them to a local recycling center in your community, in the area. It prevents the chance of them being used improperly and of any dangers that might arise from the nitrous oxide within the can. And then also I just wanted to go over inhalants being legalized or illegalized. So because they are mostly household products, it's almost impossible to to maintain restrictions on them. But within some states they try to. In Massachusetts, they prohibit the sale of. It's best if you can take them to a local recycling center in your community, in the area. It prevents the chance of them being used improperly and of any dangers that might arise from the nitrous oxide within the can. And then also I just wanted to go over inhalants being legalized or illegalized. So because they are mostly household products, it's almost impossible to or to maintain restrictions on them. But within some states they try to. In Massachusetts, they prohibit the sale of certain glues like cement glue. And then in Michigan, the law prohibits inhaling certain compounds for intoxication, and the substances prohibited are general inhalable compounds. So, like I said, it's kind of impossible to make inhalants as a whole illegal because they are household products, but they are trying to make restrictions on them, which is definitely good, and I think that the restrictions should be brought more upon the youth as well. And that is what I learned about inhalants throughout this course. Thank you.